4 steps to properly using PPE in the workplace. Step 1. Conduct a hazard assessment. The first step to reducing hazards is to properly identify them. This can be accomplished by conducting a hazard assessment. There are 2 major items to look for when conducting a hazard assessment: physical hazards and health hazards. Physical hazards relate to areas of the workplace where dangers such as extreme light levels, electrical outlets, or the transportation of heavy objects are present. Health hazards relate to areas where chemical and toxic materials pose potential health risks. During the hazard assessment, it is important to take note of all the areas visited. It is also a good idea to assess the PPE currently being used and evaluate its effectiveness. After the walkthrough is complete, take the data that has been gathered and determine where and which PPE should be utilized to minimize your employees' exposure to risk. Step 2. Select appropriate PPE. It is the owner's responsibility to supply their employees with PPE free of charge, but there are a lot of options available to choose from. By taking the information gathered in your hazard assessment, you should be able to determine the appropriate level of protection needed for each area of the facility and find products designed specifically for the type of hazards your employees will face at the job site. The PPE should fit each employee comfortably, so it is important to purchase safety products that are available in a variety of sizes. Step 3. Provide training for proper use of PPE. Employers are not only responsible for supplying PPE to employees, but they must also provide training on how to properly use the equipment. Items that should be addressed during PPE training include what areas of the job site require PPE, when the equipment should be used, how to properly wear the equipment, and what risks the employee may face even with the use of PPE. Step 4. Reassess hazards and replace old, damaged PPE. The only way to ensure your safety protocols are working is through a reassessment of the job site and all equipment to ensure employees are properly protected. During your reassessment, it's important to keep in mind that a lot of the equipment on your construction site may be under severe conditions and may have the potential to wear out more quickly than others. Determine the operational life of your PPE and set up employee checks throughout the year to replace old, damaged equipment.